personal on my channel is Dillinator, all capitals. But today I'm going to be talking about my 1951 International Cub that I'm eventually going to restore. But today's video is going to be about how to test your battery to see if it's bad or good, and also how to get it running after it's sat in the winter outside, or if it's a truck or a car or whatever it is. And first thing, you want to get some ether, starting fluid ether. If you want, there's other ways you can do it, but you can get a battery tester. Obviously jumper cables, just to test that also, just to see if it'll run until, like, say if your battery's dead, buy a new battery. But just use jumper cables until you know that you need a new battery for your battery tester and stuff. And that's what this video is going to be on. And I'm going to show you how to test the battery and start something that's been sitting for a while, and what kind of starting fluid I use, ether, whatever, it's the same thing. And I'll show you what to put the jumpers on and stuff like that, and then I'll just show you around. So I will be back. I'm back. So this is what a battery tester is. It's got a red and a black terminal that you put on, obviously red on red, black on black, to test the battery. And what's pretty neat about this tractor, I don't know, I guess they did this back then, but it's usually red on the plus sign and black on negative, you know, subtraction sign basically. And it's opposite. The red's on the negative and the negative terminal, and the black is on the plus sign terminal. But it doesn't really matter. You always put red on red, black on black, no matter what the case is. If it's opposite connection on the terminals, that's just how it works. But yeah, you'll be needing a battery tester, and there's other ways to do it, but that's just the easiest way. Also, you'll be needing some starting fluid, ether, whatever it is. I use FVP starting fluid, and it actually works really good. So it's a very good product, and I'll show you how that works here in a little bit. But here's my throttle right there. It's got little notches in it, and I need a screwdriver to take off a cover so I can jump start it in a little bit, and I'll show you that too. I'm gonna the Phillips to take off these right there, so, and Phillip head bolts, and then I'm gonna test the battery here. So I'm gonna set the camera down and get this hooked up. Sorry about that. But anyway, see that? Battery tester. What you do, take this and connect them to your terminals, red on red, black on black, obviously. It's tricky on here because the battery's like right on the seat. So, look at the seat. There. So yeah, it's bad because the dial, it's not even going in. It's only going into black. So bad is red, and it's not even going to the red. So it's completely dead. And I already charged it last night, 6-volt battery for 30 amp the whole entire night, and it still didn't do anything. So I'll show you what the battery tester will do. Here. I don't know if you can see that, like if it'll focus, but see the dial move just a little bit. It's staying in black, so it's complete crap. That's the tester. And yeah, that's why this battery's completely fried. It's just not a good battery. So I guess I'll have to go to O'Reilly or whatever and get a battery for it. And also I need to get a battery for that Polaris too. But anyway, that's how you test the battery with the battery tester. Red on red, black on black, the terminals, and then it's easy. Just press on the button, tells you if the battery's good or not. So next I will, that's the first step. It's not really a step in getting it started, it's just telling you if your battery is bad or not. But here's the first step to get it running. So obviously if you have a tractor like this, turn up the idle like a couple of notches back from the highest one. And this is the gas. So there is not much left in here, but just enough. But it usually dries out over the winter. Just well, I usually park it before the winter, so it just evaporates. But also what you want to be careful is check your coolant before you start it up, since it's hot outside here. And you don't want to overheat it or do any damage to the engine like that, because that would just suck just because you didn't have enough coolant in there. And if you don't have, because you can't really tell if you have a lot or not if you open the cap and stuff, just make sure you check that before you run it, because then that stuff gets in your eye and you're blind. So make sure you do that. And I mean, if you run it for like 5 minutes, it's fine. But mine has coolant in it, so it doesn't really matter. Here's the air cleaner right here. So this comes off. I'll show you that, and then see that tube that goes down through the engine bay, comes down into the carburetor, just to see if it runs. Now it could have a spark issue, or it's not getting fuel. This will be where the starting fluid comes in, because it's got a spark plug, spark. So it didn't really twist off. It was just really tight. So we'll put that aside. What you want to do, you want to spray a couple shots of this ether starting fluid down there, and then I'll give you a clip of it running to like in a little bit. You just spray that in there like I have to, and if it runs for like 5 seconds, then you know it's got good spark and it doesn't have any fuel. So just put some fuel in it and it'll run. But if you have a bad battery, which mine does, I have to hook it up to that, which I'll show you in a minute. I have to hook the terminals up to a different battery, to my battery, and as soon as you take that terminal off on either battery, it'll just die. Like the whole entire engine will just die, because that's how dead my battery is. So that's kind of what you need to know if your battery is dead or not. So I had a fuel issue, because it was out of fuel, no carb issue or nothing. So I will show you what the ether starting fluid does, and I'll show you how to hook up these terminals, jumper cables to the other battery in the next clip. So guys, bye. So as you can see, when you get your jumper cables, black on black, red on red, to the battery that you're going to use to jump the whatever you want to jump that has sat for a while, what you want to do is you take the other ones and put it on the terminals, the other side of the jumpers. Let me get this on here. There we go. And then when you get on. So say if you have a, this is how you, if you hook up your jumpers and you get some starting fluid, this is how you can tell if you have a bad spark or like if you have a fuel problem. And I already checked it, and I just don't have any fuel in here because I already tried to get it running earlier. But what you want to do is you just spray it down your air cleaner that goes to the carburetor, like twice or whatever you want to do. And then however you start your, I just put the choke on. Make sure your idle's up pretty high, and then you just see if it'll start. Hold on. See if I can get this running. So that's basically, but it was out of fuel, so you just want to see that this will help. So it'll let you know if you have a fuel or spark problem, and all I use is spark fluid, ether, whatever, and some jumpers. And see, my battery's dead. I already checked it, but this is another way to check if your battery's completely dead. And you just take off the terminal, and it dies completely. And that's how you know if it's a bad battery. So that's how you check for your fuel and spark issue, which I had a fuel issue, which I already knew I was out of gas anyway. And that's how I checked it, and then just checked the battery, and I just hooked it up, and it all checked out that the battery is bad, and I needed some fuel, so that's about it. And that's how you start up an old tractor or whatever you're trying to start up. That's one way to tell. So thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell me in the comments what else you want me to make videos on. Thanks you, bye. Alright guys, I'm back. I just put a new battery in this, so got that running. But I'm going to show you how to put a new battery into my tractor or whatever. So first of all, take off your caps, like go on the terminals like that, and then get whatever size your bolt is in your nut. Get that. Get a wrench, and then get another wrench. So you hold this, and then this is what you tighten it with, and you push this down while you're holding this. Same on this side. And that's basically how you put a battery in. It's pretty simple. Just make sure your terminals are tight and make sure they're clean. If they need clean, then go get some of that battery terminal cleaner with the brushes. And so yeah, basically it's, if you know how to tighten a bolt or a nut on a bolt, then you know how to do this. Just make sure that you do red on red and black on black. So it should be red on positive and black on negative, but on my tractor it's opposite. It's red on negative and black on positive. So just make sure that obviously a car would be red on plus and black on negative. So mine's opposite, but that's no big deal. So that's about it. That's pretty much how you tighten up your battery and get your terminals on there. And I'll show you when it gets running after I put on after I tighten the terminals on the rest of the way. Still gotta put on the black. So, be back in a few. Bye. In this clip, I'm gonna be starting it up, and it's running a little bad right now, so it's probably a carb issue. Or, anyway, these old tractors, they vapor lock anyway, so I'm not sure if it's vapor locking or if it has something to do with like the fuel or the choke or whatever. But anyway, I bought this for $100. Came with the mower too. This stuff all worked, all hydraulics and stuff. So I put new front tires on it because they were dry rotted and they kept on going flat. So back ones hold air, so I'm gonna put some air in those sometime. Not in this video though, but in this video I'm gonna show you that it runs, and then let's see if I can get this thing started. It might not run, but at least you can hear it crank over. So pull the choke right there, pull this little tab out right there, which moves that gauge, the dial. Those are the lights, I believe. And then someone hot wired it, so you pull this right here. Hold on 1 second. Turn the choke off, see what happens. By the way, the mower is in the barn. It definitely needs a carb clean. I bet the jets are all clogged up. That's probably why it ain't running right. It usually shuts off, but I don't know why it's running right now. But I think the jets are clogged. So in my next video, I'm either gonna be modding on my 12-valve Cummins, the AFC pump, and I'm gonna do some mods on that, and then I'm gonna do the fuel plate mod and then the AFC pump mods, and then the fuel plate mod, or I'll clean the carburetor in this and clean it all up. It'll either be either one of those for my next video. And also in this video I use Crescent tools, which is kind of like Snap-on, but they're very, very, very good tools. Very shiny. They do not like strip at all. They don't break. It's a lot better than Craftsman and everything. It's so nice quality wrenches. I wish I had more of them. And I'll be using them in pretty much every single video that I make. So I'll show you that, and hopefully I can get some more because I love them so much. And also I love that starting fluid a lot too. And eventually we're doing an oil change in this, and also a transmission fluid change. And then my next video, I already told you, but we're either going to do the carb clean or the AFC mods on the 12-valve Cummins, the AFC pump, or we're going to do the fuel plate mod. But this is pretty much the end of the video. Pretty much all I used was Crescent tools and that FVP starting fluid, which is really, really good. So hope you like this video, and please comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever, and I'll get that video out pretty soon, my next video. So thanks, bye.
Only way, they gon' know my name until it's fade away.